he and a social media team, they are busy trying to mock President Trump. He's actually referred to our own TOMI LAHREN's account as Yelp for toilets. Gee, very clever and funny.
Gavin Newsom I'm kind of enjoying talking about Gavin Newsom. For as much shit as I've talked about the governor of California over the years, even while I was a constituent of his when I lived in Orange County, California, it's kind of nice to mix it up and change it up and be a fan instead of someone who's criticizing him. The people who are still criticizing him and whining and crying, I mean, it is crocodile tear session over in Fox News night after night after night since Gavin Newsom rolled out his Gavin Newsom press office Twitter account that really is just mimicking a mirror image of how Donald Trump comports himself on social media. And I'm going to start here with Sean Hannity, who is just absolutely beside himself with grief. It is cope and seethe on Sean Hannity's Fox News propaganda hour. And here he is complaining about what's taking place and then takes up for TOMI LAHREN in a weird, rare moment.
Now, currently, he and a social media team, they are busy trying to mock President Trump on X by posting messages in all caps. He's trying to pretend to be Donald Trump. Gavin is also attacking Fox News hosts. He's trying to bait conservatives into social media fights. He's actually referred to our own TOMI LAHREN's account as Yelp for toilets. Gee, very clever and funny. She'll join us in a moment to respond.
Yelp for toilets. Now, it's a beautiful 3 words. It's so great because it really encapsulates so much imagery. It conjures images in your head. Yelp for toilets. But here's what they're talking about. I'm going to read you a couple tweets. This is from TOMI LAHREN, to which Gavin Newsom's press office replied. She says, the saddest thing about this, Gavin and his team of beta males who sit down to pee actually think they're trolling the president and actually think this is making Gavin look like a badass. You got a feel for those California boys. You got a feel. Oh, you have to feel. You got to feel. You got to feel for those California boys. I don't know if it's the weed or the gender neutral bathrooms, but something is wrong over there. All this obsession with bathrooms and all this obsession with who's a beta and who's an alpha. TOMI herself acts like this giant patriot, but she's just another patriot who never served in the military. She's just another patriot who talks the talk, but doesn't actually walk the fucking walk. And look, many of you, if you've been around for a long time, you know that this is not how I started on YouTube. I started really having no interest. I started a podcast over 10 years ago with Brittany Page called I Doubt It. And as soon as Donald Trump came on the scene, or just before Donald Trump came on the scene, we had the alt-right Barbie, the Nazi Barbie, Toilet Tammy over here. And she started attacking Colin Kaepernick, shaming him for being a black man who was adopted by white, just KKK nonsense coming out of TOMI LAHREN. And I felt the need to get on YouTube and make some response videos, and then here we are. So, I owe a lot to TOMI LAHREN. TOMI LAHREN, who you got a feel for the California boys, her obsession with who sits down or stands up to pee. I do both. It depends on how tired I am, Tammy. Does that make me not a man? Did I have to hand in my United States Marine Corps membership card because I've sat down to pee? You fucking obsessed weirdo. Anyway, Gavin Newsom's press office responded with this. TOMI's account is basically Yelp for toilets now, which is funny. It's not the only time she's been owned in the last week. Actually, this clip just came across my Twitter feed when I was looking for things to talk about, and it happened to dovetail right into this whine fest, this snivel mode that Republicans are now in about a Democrat who's actually getting some shit done. And it's a Democrat named Mike Nellis. I'm not really familiar with him, but he's got a pretty decent following on Twitter, so I'm assuming he's some kind of a known quantity. Explain to me who he is in the comments if I need to be educated. But Mike Nellis was a guest on her podcast, Outkick or Outkicked or whatever it is. And in this moment, the guest on her own show schools her so hard, leaves her literally speechless. It's just, it's the personification of an ellipsis. Just ... Pretty great. This is about Donald Trump's budget. This is about the thing that Republicans are hyper-focused on, the police and funding the police. And Mike Nellis here is explaining that Donald Trump is actually the one who didn't talk about defunding the police. He actually did it with his one big beautiful bill. He is taking money out of budgets across the country for police. He's making it more difficult for police to do their jobs, all while messaging that we love the police. You know, the same way they loved the police until they were literally beating them with American flags and Trump flags on the plaza of the United States Capitol during the insurrection in Donald Trump's name, to try to get him to remain in power after having lost spectacularly to Joe Biden in 2020 by 7+ million votes. Here is that beautiful moment. Why am I doing the Donald Trump? It's a beautiful thing. Here's TOMI LAHREN getting schooled by Mike Nellis.
A month and a half ago, he signed the Republican budget into law, and they cut billions of dollars in funding for police, billions of dollars. So if it was a problem then, like there's going to be fewer cops on the street across the United States because of the Republican budget. Donald Trump didn't care then. So if he actually cares, and it's not just an attempt to distract from Epstein or the economy or God knows what else, then he should be consistent on that, and he should try to get that money back.
I thought it was the left that wanted to defund the police, but maybe I'm just mistaken.
Well, there are people on the left who wanted to defund the police, but Donald Trump actually defunded the police.
Oh, you think so? You think?
Well, did he sign the Republican budget?
Yeah, having a budget is different than wanting to defund the police because you say that they're racist.
No, the budget is what funds the police. So if you sign a budget that cuts police funding, then you're defunding the police.
You think so?
You
think so? So you think
as someone who manages a household budget, if I cut my
a
budget on something, I have less money to do it.
Yeah.
Then I have defunded that thing.
Yeah. Well, we have to all work within a budget, but I think you'd be hard-pressed to say that President Trump wants to defund the police. Again,
President Trump did defund the police.
Okay.
Billions of dollars are gone for community policing. There'll be fewer cops on the street because of it. Okay. That's an objective fact.
There's a whole bunch of different elements to this that I'm really not even going to have time to get into, but it is the phrasing of defund the police doesn't mean do away with police. It means divert monies from one thing to another that maybe police don't do so well. That when you have someone who's having a mental health crisis, don't send armed agents of the state who don't know how to deal with that. You send people who are trained, who are experts in psychology, in crisis, in homelessness, in mental illness, in whatever other area, so you can free police up to go solve the crimes that they're currently not solving anyway. That's what it means. That's just an aside. But we need more communicators like Mike Nellis, whoever this guy is. Good job, Mike. Good job. Good job getting an invite on TOMI LAHREN's podcast. I'm not going to get an invite. She canceled a meet and greet one time at Politicon because I was in line to have a word with her. And that was early on. Anyway, very funny. Love Republicans being apoplectic. Love that they can't get beside themselves about the fact that their rules and their behaviors are now being turned onto them. It's the whole I'm rubber, you're glue. They just can't handle it. Wait, you're doing what I do? Oh my God, I hate it. What do we do? It's wonderful. Anyway, Toilet Tammy, good job. Fantastic. Keep inviting them guests. You're doing great over there at whatever you're doing. Nice soft filter too. Fantastic. Anyway, what do you think? I appreciate you. I want to hear from you. You can comment below the video wherever you're watching it. You can call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Please go follow the new Facebook page, Dollemore Daily on Facebook. You can engage with this content natively on Facebook and help grow this channel, help spread and amplify this message into the midterms. I believe it is important. Follow me on social media. If you're around on the social media, I am at Dollemore just about everywhere. And I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine Take care of one another.